Brought to you by Penguin.
To Love a Liar by L.V. Matthews. Read by John Hollingworth.
With additional voices by Albie Baldwin, Joe Eyre and Lucy Tregear.
To my wonderful agent, Camilla Bolton.
On the 12th of October 2005, police were called to an abandoned council house in Derby, where the body of 24-year-old Sophia Roy was found on the living room floor, a needle in her left arm. The needle had administered a fatal dose of heroin, causing a pulmonary edema, and police and the coroner concluded that Sophia had tragically taken her own life. However, 19 years on, new evidence has been brought to light, prompting a relaunch of the inquest. Observer article by Caroline Bonner, 3rd of March, 2024.
I knew he had something to do with it. I knew it. At Layla Roy PR, ex, Sophia Roy's sister.
At this time, any speculation out there regarding Christopher Fletcher is exactly that, speculation. Statement from Jawad Khan, Department of Legal Services, 5th of March 2024.
1. They have come to the loch, where it is quiet, where it is wild. They're here for the inquest, but during the crawling days while they wait, they will try to rebuild their marriage. They need the time together, and Chris needs to hide. They're staying in the old smokehouse, which belongs to Jill's aunt, a dated 18th century building, stone-built and rendered white with an uneven grey slate roof. It's on its own, overlooking the loch, among the roots of nature, and a mile from the village. Its remote position should make Chris feel at peace, but the inquest has stripped away any sense of tranquility. There is an invisible grenade beneath him, close to explosion. He leans back in the kitchen chair that he's positioned on the scrub of grass at the back of the house, and stares at the water that leads out to the sea. This is most definitely not a holiday, but at least it is the best time of year to come. Spring in the Highlands is beautiful and fresh and biting. Hopeful. Is that what he's searching for out here? Hope. Perhaps it is. Or perhaps it's closure that he wants. Neither he nor Jill wanted to leave the safety of their house in Sardinia, but the coroner called for it, and so they came, along with Jackson, their Great Dane, who now lies at Chris's feet in half slumber. Chris is glad they brought him over. It was a long process to get him a passport, and a very long journey in the car, cooped up with Jackson's flatulence. But family is family. And what will fate decide for us, Jacko? Chris asks. He digs into his coat pocket and throws him a biscuit. Jackson hoovers it immediately, and then stares at the ground, willing for more, like they fall from the sky and not Chris's jacket. And no more treats until dinner. Mum will be cross. Jackson puts his head back down. Chris takes the cup of tea that he's balanced on the thick arm of the chair, the wind snatching away the steam, and watches Jill out on the loch, sailing the dinghy borrowed from her childhood friend. She's gone far today. Sometimes she sails all the way to the mouth of the sea and into the north wind. Other times she'll explore all the little bays and coves along the cliff edges. She's an adventurer, whereas Chris has never sailed and has never wanted to, even though she's told him over the years that she'd teach him. He much prefers to watch her from the bank, in awe of how she handles the water. This is the village she grew up in, and its familiarity is why they've come, for her comfort, because he owes her that, while they wait for the inquest. Wait for the grenade to blow. Beneath ice clouds and stormy skies, I sail into tomorrow's fury. It feels ironic, this line she'd penned years ago, as if somehow she'd known how their life would end up, caught up in a shitstorm. She'll be gone for another hour at least, and in that time he could distract himself by watching a film or making lunch, but these things feel too normal. Besides...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?